Hello everyone. In this lecture today I'm going to talk to you about genotype phenotype ratio, alleles, homozygous heterozygous organisms, and Punnett square, and also how to make this genotype and phenotype ratio calculations. Okay, so first the genes, they code for a specific protein and that codes for specific traits, and we have two genes for every trait. Okay, so basically all genes comes in pair that code for every trait. Okay, so one gene in a pair is called an allele. For example, we have this gene and this gene. Okay, these two genes, they come in a pair, and so both of the genes that code for a proteins which code for a eye color. Okay, so basically these two genes, they code for let's say that eye color. Okay, so this is eye color. So basically eye color. So these two genes, right? These two genes which they code for specific trait, that is eye color, therefore they are called alleles. Okay, so an allele is one gene in a pair. Okay, so this gene is an allele of this one, whereas this gene is an allele of this one. Okay, so this is an allele. And then now an organism is said to be heterozygous for a given trait if one of the alleles is dominant while the other is recessive. Okay, so for example, let's say that we have human being with brown eyes, that's a dominant allele, whereas with the blue eyes, that's a recessive allele. So for this will be genotypically written as capital B and small b. Okay, capital B referring to brown trait, so which is a dominant trait, whereas the small b referring to recessive trait. Okay, so here for this organism, so what will be the color of the eye of this human being with capital B and small b as its genotype? Since we have here capital B, so this capital B will be dominant, and capital B refers to brown eyes, so we will have human with the brown eyes. Okay, so basically heterozygous, meaning the mixture of two. Okay, so small capital B and small b, this is the genotypic composition of that organism or the human being. Okay, and another definition is that for a given trait, if both the alleles are dominant, that is called homozygous dominant. Okay, capital B and capital B. And for this kind of allele, this kind of organism, the phenotype is what? The phenotype is blue eyes, because both of these B, capital B refers to, brown eyes, not blue eyes, sorry. So capital B refers to dominant brown eyes, so we will have brown eyes here, that is the phenotype. Okay, so and another definition is homozygous recessive. So basically for a given trait, if both the alleles are recessive, okay, that is called homozygous recessive. So small b and small b, this human baby will have which color? Can you guess? So this baby will have blue color. Okay, so one more time, capital B and small b. So here capital B will be dominant, so that's why the baby will have brown color, whereas here also the baby will have brown color, because both the capital B and capital B, they refer to brown color, but in this case the baby will have blue color. Okay, so this is homozygous, heterozygous, and allele. Okay, so now towards the question now. A homozygous cat with blue eyes mates with heterozygous cat with brown eyes. What will be the probability of a cat with blue eyes be produced? Okay, what will be the probability that a cat with blue eyes will be produced? And what is the phenotype and genotype ratio? Okay, so to solve this question, first we need to understand that we have a homozygous cat with blue eyes and heterozygous cat with brown eyes. Blue eyes is a recessive trait, so let's write something. So basically blue eyes, right? Blue eyes is recessive trait. So blue eyes, that's referred by B, and blue eyes, that's referred by B, whereas brown, let me erase this, brown eyes will be referred by, so I'm just gonna erase it. Okay, so basically let me get back to the pointer again, pen. Yeah, sorry, this delay. And so basically blue eyes, it's referred by small b, okay, whereas brown eyes, okay, so brown eyes is referred by capital B, since brown eyes is a dominant allele, whereas blue eye is the recessive allele. So we have a cat with blue eyes. So what kind of cat is that? So we have a homozygous cat with blue eyes. So that means we have a homozygous cat, okay? So basically homozygous cat, okay, homozygous cat, okay, homozygous cat with the blue eyes will be small b and small b, okay? So because it's homozygous, so small b and small b, and small b is a recessive trait, okay? So then we also have a heterozygous cat with brown eyes. So then we have heterozygous, okay, heterozygous, okay, so heterozygous cat. So basically heterozygous cat, meaning that it has a brown eye. So basically hetero means genotypically capital B and small b, okay? So this is the genetic, this is how we have to write genotypically, okay? So blue eyes is small b, and we have blue eyes written with a small b and brown eyes written with capital B. Homozygous cat is of course with blue eyes, that's small b and small b. Heterozygous cat with brown eyes, that is capital B and small b. Heterozygous, that's why capital B and small b, okay? So then now we have to make a Punnett square, because to solve this problem we have to make a Punnett square. Let me draw a Punnett square. So let's draw a Punnett square, okay, and like this here, okay. So we have a homozygous cat, okay. For homozygous cat we have small b and small b, okay. So we will write small b here and small b here, okay. So then our homozygous cat, small b here and small b here, whereas we have heterozygous cat we will write capital B here and small b here. This is for heterozygous cat. So now in this square, so capital B times small b, okay, so we will write that one here. So here it will be capital B and small b, whereas here capital B times small b. In this square also capital B and small b, okay. Now we are done with this capital B. Now is the turn of small b. So this small b will multiply with the small b. So we will write in this square small b times small b, whereas here now this small b will multiply this one, and in the square we will write small b and small b. So this is the Punnett square now, okay. So then what is our question? Our question number one is that what will be the probability that a cat with blue eyes will be produced, okay. So you know, right, that for the cat with blue eyes we should have all the small b's. So basically here capital B and small b. B refers to brown, capital B, so brown is dominant. So we will have here brown cat, here brown cat, whereas here small b and small b, here we will get blue cat, and small b and small b, here we will get blue cat. So basically in these two situations we will get blue cat, okay. So in these situations only we will get blue cat. So basically out of 4 we will in 2 cases we will have blue cat. So the probability will be, so the probability will be, what will be the probability? We have, in how many cases we will get blue cat? 2. And what is the total number of chances we will get that out of 4 chances, in 2 cases we will get blue cat. So basically, which is 1 divided by 2, and this is 0.5. If you multiply 0.5 by 100%, it will be 50%, okay. So what is the probability that a cat with blue eyes will be produced? The probability that a cat with blue eyes will be produced is 50%. Okay. So now to solve the next question, so what is our next question? Our next question is that what is the phenotype and genotype ratio? Okay, so let's first deal with phenotype ratio. Okay, so phenotype ratio, phenotype ratio. Okay, phenotype ratio, it refers to what is the ratio of cat with brown eyes is to blue eyes, right? Phenotype ratio refers to that. So brown to blue eyes. So what is that then? Okay, let's do it here. If you look at this Punnett square here, okay, here in this case we will get cat with brown eyes because B is dominant here, capital B is dominant. Here also we will get brown eyes, but here in this case we will get cat with blue eyes, and here also we will get cat with blue eyes. So basically, so in 2 is to 2, which is 1 is to 1. So this is the ratio. This is phenotype ratio. Okay, so what is the phenotype ratio? Phenotype ratio is 1 is to 1. Now what is the genotype ratio then? Okay, so genotype ratio. So what is the genotype ratio? Okay, genotype ratio is homozygous versus heterozygous. Okay, look here. Here we have homozygous recessive, small b. Here we have homozygous recessive, small b. But here we have heterozygous, right? So heterozygous, and here also heterozygous. So so basically the genotype ratio is it will be 2 is to 2. Why so? Because in two of the cases here we have homozygous, here in two cases we have heterozygous, right? So this is the 2 is to 2, which is 1 is to 1. So this is the genotype ratio. Okay, so this is how we make the calculation okay, for this kind of problem. Okay, now moving to the next question. 2 heterozygous wolves, okay, 2 heterozygous wolves made together, what will be the probability of producing a wolf with brown eyes, and what will be the probability of producing a wolf, homozygous wolf? Calculate genotype and phenotype ratio. Okay, so genotype and phenotype. So we have here 3 questions. Okay, so then like in the previous problem, so basically brown will be denoted by B. This is the dominant character, and so okay, so here they say that heterozygous wolf, and so basically blue will be denoted by small b, but you might be wondering how blue, because this will be the dominant one. But let me first write 2 heterozygous wolves. So we have 2 heterozygous wolves with brown eyes. So basically we have 2 heterozygous wolves, that means capital B and small b, right? So this is 1 heterozygous wolf, and we have another heterozygous wolf, so capital B and small b. This is another heterozygous wolf. Okay, so let me make the Punnett square. Okay, and okay, so Punnett square, let's make it. Okay, good. So both of these wolves are heterozygous, so here I will write capital B, and here I will write small b, and here I will write capital B, and here I will write small b. Okay, so now this capital B will multiply this capital B, so then here it will be capital B and capital B, whereas this capital B will multiply with this one, so we will have capital B and small b. Okay, whereas here we have small b, and this will multiply with capital B, so this will be capital B and small b, whereas this small b will multiply with this small b, so then we will have small b, and small b. Okay, so this is our Punnett square now. So what is the question? What will be the probability of producing a wolf with brown eyes? Okay, so basically here we will get brown eyes, here also we will get brown eyes. Okay, here we will get brown eyes, here we will get brown eyes, and here also we will get brown eyes, because B is here is the both are B, so obviously brown eyes. Here B, capital B will dominate over small b, so we will get brown eyes, and here also we will get brown eyes. So question is, what will be the probability of producing a wolf with brown eyes? So basically the probability of producing wolf with brown eyes is that out in 3 cases we will produce, there will be the production of wolf with brown eyes out of the 4 chances. So if we want to calculate in terms of percentage, then we will multiply it by 100, so it will be percent. So basically it will be 75%. Okay, so this is the probability. Okay, so out of the 4 cases, in 3 cases we will get the wolf with brown eyes. Okay, so this is question number 1. And now question number 2 is, what will be the probability of producing homozygous wolf? Okay, so this we dealt with question number 1. So this is question number 1, right? So now coming to question number 2. Question number 2 is that what will be the probability of producing homozygous wolf? Okay, if you look at this Punnett square, capital B, even though it's homozygous dominant, this is homozygous, this is heterozygous, however this is homozygous. So that means that the probability of producing homozygous wolf is probability is that out of the 4 cases, in 2 chances we will produce the homozygous wolf. So 2 out of 4 multiplied by 100 percentage, so which is equals to 50%. Okay, so 50% will be the probability of producing a homozygous wolf. Okay, and then now coming to question number 3. Okay, question number 3 is that what is calculate genotype and phenotype ratio. First let me calculate phenotype ratio. Okay, so phenotype ratio. Okay, so phenotype ratio will be, look at this Punnett square. Here we will get wolf with brown eyes, here also we will get wolf with brown eyes, here also we will get wolf with brown eyes, but here we will get wolf with blue eyes. So basically out of the 4 cases, in 3 cases we will get the wolf with brown eyes. So it's basically 3:1. So this ratio will be 3:1. So this is actually brown, okay, is to blue. Okay, so this is our phenotype ratio. Now in question, another part of question number 3 is genotype ratio. Okay, so genotype ratio. So genotype ratio. Okay, for the genotype ratio, look at here. Okay, we have, if we do like homozygous versus heterozygous genotype ratio, if it is homozygous versus hetero, okay, homo is to hetero. If we want to do homo is to hetero, the genotype ratio is here, this is homo, and this is hetero, this is hetero. So basically it's 2:2, which is 1:1. But if the genotype ratio, if we want to make like, okay, homozygous dominant versus heterozygous versus homozygous recessive, so then this genotype ratio will be, okay, homozygous dominant, that means we have 1, and heterozygous we have 2, and homozygous recessive we have 1. Yeah, but you need to mention that, okay, how you calculated this ratio. Okay, but I think even writing this 2:2 or 1:1, homozygous versus heterozygous, will also be fine. But in the bracket you need to mention that it's homozygous versus heterozygous. Okay, So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you very much for your kind attention.